What is up, everyone? This is Danielle from the Collective Genius, and I am here with CG member Darrin Carr. Darrin, how are you?
Doing really well, thank you.
Good. Darrin, I saw you this morning, and I wanted to pull you aside because I know this is your first CG Premier event. How are things going?
Really well. Could not be more impressed with the energy and the level of knowledge coming my way. I belong to or have one or two other coaching situations, and this by far has the most energy and the most knowledge coming at me as quickly as I can possibly handle.
That's awesome to hear. All right, very cool. Now, I know that when we spoke, I did your onboarding call when you joined CG, and something that I look for is bringing value to our members from day one. Now, yesterday you were in a hot seat room. So can you tell me a little bit about your hot seat experience? Was there anything that our members presented that you feel that you can maybe take home and implement in your own business? Any value grabs there?
Oh yes, for sure. I mean, so much I could barely write it all down. But I feel like what we do as a recruiting and HR agency is have a lot of great standard operating procedures for our candidate accrual and our hiring systems. But I'm realizing that the level of system mapping, process mapping that goes on here with many of the members. And so listening to exactly how they do it and to the degree they do it and with the tools they have used to do it really makes me realize that we could tighten our ship quite a bit more in those ways.
All right, that's awesome. I'm very excited to see you at our next event. See, our next event is in September in Scottsdale, Arizona. Really interested to see kind of what the next 90 days looks like. So I'll be sure to check back in with you then.
Thank you.
Hot seats are also made up of your introduction, your ask, but also your give. Was there anything in your presentation? Can you tell me a little bit about what you gave to our community of real estate investors? Kind of some key nuggets that they can take back home.
Yes, mine centered around 8 most costly mistakes hiring managers can make. So I'll just mention a couple of them. One is not having a structured, thorough process, and perhaps hiring the first or second person that looks great. So with our clients, we work through not only finding the candidates, but what the process is after we hand them off. So even to the specific interview questions that are asked, and make sure there's a process through which all the cracks in the foundation of a particular candidate can be found. So a structured process, including an assessment. And having another expression that we use a lot is nothing brings clarity like comparison. So we really invite people to be interviewing 3 and 4 and 5 people in a structured interview process so that they really have clarity on who they're hiring. Those are just a couple. I would also, the last thing I would say is don't rely on just posting ads out there because you're only going to get who's interested in that day or that week, but rather engage yourself or a recruiter and do an outreach and pick the people who look perfect on paper to entice to your company.
We appreciate that as a community. I know that hiring is a really hot button subject, so that give is very timely for a lot of our members, and I'm sure a lot of them can relate. So thank you very much. To connect with visionary leaders like Darrin, visit us at learnmoreaboutcg.com and request your invitation to meet Darrin at our next event. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.